Hey guys, I'm Brad Lovell and we're here at my shop. I race off-road for AMSOIL. I've been doing it for a lot of years. We built this shop a couple years ago to house our race team and everything we do with trucks and having fun. So come on in and let me show you around. The first thing I want to show you is right here, the trophies. These are not all the trophies we have, but they're the ones that mean the most to me. We've got a bunch of Baja 1000 wins up here, and here's a lot of medals from down in Baja. Baja is tough, so to get those finisher medals is a big deal. Some old rock crawling trophies. Today is kind of a quiet day, having a little bit of downtime between our racing. We do have our 68 Bronco that we raced down in Nora. We're getting that washed up to show it off and keeping it running. If we come through here, the kids have a couple projects going on. The first one I want to show you is my son Byam's. So this is a bit of a mess right now, but what this is an 87 Ford Bronco. He bought this for $700. He got it running, but what he's doing is working on a 4-link rear suspension here, and he has his upper links in, and then he's going to do a bell crank system that he has all drawn up in CAD. So one thing I want to show you guys that I think is kind of cool. These are parts off of Adam's Ranger, off his Dana 35 twin traction beam, and they've scrapped that. He's putting a Dana 44 in. So what Byam has done is he's taken this hub and he's turned off the brake rotor, and this is what he's going to use as his cantilever for the rear suspension. So he's going to have a link coming up here, going to this bearing, and then going back to the rear shock. So, it's how we started as a team, is doing stuff cheap out of the junkyard, and I love seeing my kids doing the same thing, being creative and finding cool solutions. We also are just storing a couple of our Polaris UTVs here. The one on the top, we just ran in the Mint with the kids. They got third in class. I'm so proud of them as a dad. And then the bottom one we use a lot for pre-running. We're pre-running down in Baja and out at King of the Hammers with it a lot. Great units and really enjoy them, but need a little space to store them, so we put that lift in. So come on back to the storage area here. We just kind of use this for storage and projects we're not actively working on. But this is kind of where it all started, number 232. It's sitting here gathering a bit of dust. We want to get it back out. This last year we didn't run it at King of the Hammers. We ran the 4600 Bronco, but it's sitting here ready to go aside from a rear diff. We're definitely going to get this done this summer and get the kids out doing some rock crawling and seeing what it's all about. So I have my personal Bronco stored back here right now because my wife has totally usurped the house garage with her vehicles. But this is obviously really special to me. It's the 54th Bronco built, so it's a first edition, and I'm really into it. I was pretty instrumental in designing and building Broncos, so it's so great to have this sitting in my shop. We took it out earlier this year into Moab and some of the national parks out there, had a great time, and we're going to go back out this summer through the mountains of Colorado with it. So, and what we can't forget is what drives the whole team. This is our stock AMSOIL. So we're supporting everything from UTV, race car, and all our support trucks with this. And I'm not always the best about maintenance on the support trucks, so it's great that we're using a product like AMSOIL. This is the project that my other son Adam is working on. This is a 92 Ford Ranger, and this I believe was an $800 purchase, and he bought it not running. So, well, Adam put a new starter in it and got the 4-liter running great. Front axle's gone. Dana 44 going in. We got a Ford 9-inch in the back, and this is all work that the kids have been doing themselves. Chopped off the back of the bed. So this is an exciting project to have going on in the shop. One thing I want to talk about is our Torchmate here. We've had this tool for about 12 years, and the tagline is, it'll change how you build stuff. Well, it absolutely does, and it's a machine that we use daily. We cut plate out here in brackets, all designed in CAD, which we're now doing in 3D CAD for stuff like the Bronco in the other shop. And then we bend it up on the press brake here, and off it goes into the vehicles. So we also have in this bay, we have all the tools you need to fabricate stuff in the shop. A combination belt and disc sander for building tabs. We're doing a lot of metal work, so lathe obviously. We have a tube notcher for doing tube work, tube bender over there, drill press, a big selection of bolts. It's always important. Can't take time to go to the hardware store all the time. So what we have the ability to do a lot of is tube work, plate work, and that's really how race cars are built. One thing I really want to show you guys is what we've been really working on lately, and this is our 2020 Ford Bronco. And you won't hear a lot about 2020 Broncos because they didn't come out. So this is an early prototype, and our team worked with Ford for a little bit over a year to develop this vehicle, get it ready for King of the Hammers. We took second. There were 2 other Broncos running out there that were part of the same program that took first and third. So the only 3 vehicles that finished the stock race this year were Broncos. It's something we're really proud of. We've won a couple other races with this truck, so really excited to be part of the program. Right now it's getting a new wrap, so it doesn't look like a whole lot, but we got new body panels on there. We're getting the new wrap done now, getting ready for the next race. So this is kind of our main fab, maintenance, do everything area. What's cool, we have a different bay for each vehicle. So up top we have all the stuff to go race our 68 Bronco. This bay is all the stuff to race our 232 Ranger. And then up here is developing for the 2022 Bronco. Lincoln welders, we run everywhere. Love them. TIG welder, MIG welder. We do a lot of TIG, but obviously, you know, we just finished up a trailer project here, so we're MIG welding that. And then this bench, we did a lot with just getting 3/16 steel and we have a couple benches in pallet rack because it's cheap and easy. This one we put high to TIG weld on, and so that we can store tires underneath, because obviously if a truck comes in, first thing you're doing, pulling tires off, always need a place to store that stuff. Organization is very important for any race shop. Every time I'm out in the field with a car, I'm always keeping notes in my phone. It goes back on the board because it's so easy to forget what needs to get done to the truck. Growing up, I only ever had a 2-car garage, and I remember taking apart my truck in the driveway, trying to do a lift kit over the weekend, and I always wanted a big shop. We were pretty fortunate in finding a place that we could do that. And this building actually started as a barn that was built in 1970. So it had dirt floor, it was all open on the south end. We tore most of it down, took the trusses down, everything was rotten, and we lifted it 6 feet. We added some onto the back. It took about a year, and we contracted some of the work. A lot of it we did ourselves, did a bunch of dirt work, and so happy to have this shop that my boys and I and the race team can use to go out there and do what we love. So thanks everybody for checking out the shop. We're gonna get back to doing what we love doing most, and we'll see you guys at the track.